I am hurrying to show you this, but can you see it's 10:10 on the oh, it's just changed. Yes, I'm so glad I got it on camera though. Just as I'm sitting down and getting ready to do your reading and pulling you a song, it's 10:10. So completion energy. So something's going to complete, something's going to wrap up, burdens are going to be dropped. There's going to be some sort of change, or it's a change that comes with something ending. Like the closing of a cycle. So exciting start to your reading. I am going to pause because I just really wanted to get that on camera. I'm going to finish setting up and I'll be back with you in a second. Okay, so Leo, you may be getting a bit of a lecture right at the start of your reading. By the way, it's not a personal reading, it's a general reading. It's the things that I say may be for you, they may not be for you. Leave anything that doesn't resonate for whoever's message that is. Gender's very fluid in the tarot, so there may be a man or a woman on the card, but just know that you can switch the genders around as necessary. Blah, 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 blah. I always forget the last thing that I need to say. It's timeless. When it finds you, it's your reading at that time. So I'm Not Mad by Halsey is the song that came through while I was setting up your reading. I like the song, right? I like the song to listen to sing along with. The actual context of the song, I don't like, because you're creating bad karma for yourself if you think like that. She says, I hope you live to 85 and these nice things, but then she says, I hope your back hurts and your knees ache. And, she's wishing bad things on it, presumably an ex, right? If you're wishing bad things on people, you're creating bad karma for yourself, because what you put out there comes back to you. Also, what you think about, you bring about. So if you're constantly thinking about an ex, then you are keeping yourself energetically tied to that person. The universe can't bring new things into you if you're still thinking about something from the past. You need to release. This is why 10:10, I suppose, release the things from the past in order to embrace the new. Try and think forward, don't think backwards. So there you go. Hopefully that's the only lecture you need in this reading. We can move on to some other things, but we'll see. Be careful what you're thinking about, and please don't wish bad things on people. That is just going to rebound at you. Rebound, maybe somebody's rebounding, I don't know. Just be careful, Leos. Lovely, lovely Leos. Right, let's get you a card for your reading. Woo, the octopus there, and the swan and the gazelle. Beautiful. So the octopus tells me the octopus, it's come to signify Capricorn energy for me. Also Virgo energy. It's the sort of person who tries to, they try to do too much. They try to kind of be all things to all people. They're very, very busy. They've got a lot on the plate. They've got kind of spinning a lot of plates in the air. And it's kind of, because the octopus has the mouth in like the center, it always talks to me about like like not eating well, sort of grabbing food and shoving it in your mouth because it's like, I've got things to do. So you haven't got the time to prepare a proper meal for yourself because you're kind of rushing. So like eating on the go, juggling a lot of things, getting yourself into a twist with it as well. When you do overextend yourself, you agree to help someone move, you agree to run your nana to the doctors, you agree to weed the garden, like all these different things that you agree to do for other people or for yourself as well. And then you kind of like, you start to forget things, you start to run around in circles a little bit. So it's don't try and do too many things. Prioritize, even if you have to sit down for 5 minutes and write a list of priorities. A really good tip that I do, I've not done it for a while, maybe I need to start doing it again, is I will write myself a jobs list for the day, and then I'll prioritize it. So things that have to be done that day, things that I would like to do, and things that can be left for another day. And then like a few days later, I'll go back to that list, and anything that I haven't done bumps up a level. So things that I'd be like, oh, I can leave that till another day, go to, I would like to do this today. And if I still don't have that done a week later, then it goes up to, I'm going to do this today. So it's just a way of organizing yourself, of prioritizing, and of making sure you don't get yourself into a twist trying to do too much. The Swan card is a very, very beautiful card. It's mirroring energy, and it talks to me about soulmate connections, people who are just like you. Now that could be romantic, or it could be platonic, right? Somebody who's they're just like you. They like the same things that you do. They laugh at the same things that you do. Sometimes as well, with it being a mirror, it can be like a mirror, a polar opposite. But you can see with the swans, they are the same. They're the same color. So to me, this is not like yin yang energy. This is more like a pair energy. sort of reminding me of that Gemini reading that I did, where it's like two halves of the same. Um, Now I believe everybody has a whole soul. I don't believe that. Um, I don't like the phrase "my other half." I think it's better if two people are full. Strong, like well-rounded people who come together. Because I think if you're half a person, then you're creating a codependency there. But it could be the other. Somebody who matches you. Let's put it that way. Yeah. So also it does talk to me about love, right? Um, the gazelle is very warm, very heated energy. It's fire energy, where these two are both water energy. So the gazelle for me, being kind of on high alert, somebody who we may be dealing with, somebody who's a little bit nervous, a little bit stressed, a little bit anxious, just in combination with the octopus. It's kind of somebody who's got the wits about them a little bit, somebody who's oh, excuse me, that might be a package. It was Grandad David running around after everybody else. Maybe I need to change this to Pisces energy. So, starfish on the bottom there. So maybe somebody's a bit of a star. Gazelle then. Chasing dreams, maybe, with the star card. Okay, let's keep going. Oh, shark there. So, yeah, it could definitely be something, somebody's, I'm hearing a shark in the waters. So, okay, so a shark in the waters. Waters to me is emotional energy, emotional, emotional, emotional. And I keep getting stuff about, things that are deep down in the emotions, like, so shadow work. So there's something that is, it could be that somebody gets triggered by an emotional trigger for someone. It's like a shark in their own waters, right? Some shadow work that hasn't been dealt with. So there's things in life that trigger them, or they. It's kind of that watching and waiting energy of paying attention to your surroundings, watching for signs and signals in other people, because you don't want to be triggered. And I'm not saying that you're a shark. The shark is representing something emotionally difficult for you, which makes you feel quite vulnerable with that gazelle there. So let's keep going and see what else we get. What's trying to show itself there? The crow. So the crow is, right, okay, so with these two together, and the deer there as well, and the deer's very gazelle-like. It's like ready to run at the slightest sign of. It's like, say for example, sorry, I'm going back into, say for example, there's someone very like you. So you could be recognizing emotional triggers in that other person because they've got the same emotional background as you. So it could be that something happened to you. Maybe it's an ex who treated you badly, or, it was. I'm getting warning signs. The song Benediction has been stuck in my head by Luke Sital Singh for a few days now. I did a Tell Me Anything reading on it, and he says about the warning signs in that song. So it could be something there with that. Yeah, watching for the warning signs. Okay, do take that if it resonates, leave it if it doesn't. I'm just going to bob the shark away. Let's just not look at the shark right now. Or maybe you do need to go and do that shadow work. So you can see these two cards are very, very shadowy, right? So again, the shadow work. The octopus's brain is kind of very lit up there with all these kind of rainbow colours. So there's something that is like a deep knowing. Sometimes it talks to me about stress, right? The stress that comes with being very, very busy. But I feel like there's something trying to come through from the universe, because the crow for me is kind of like it's a protector, a spiritual protector, a protection energy. It's protecting the egg, which is a cosmic egg. Now, the cosmic egg is something that's kind of beautiful and special and just for you. It could be that you have some kind of unique talent or something that you're meant to do with your life, but it's not in the tangible reality yet. It's not been birthed, right? So while it's in the more conceptual stage, more of the it's in the ethers, if you like. The crow kind of protects it, but it is something to do today with like this kind of shadow energy that's coming through. So you've got your 3D reality, right? The things that you do, the way you present, the work you do, how you are around family and friends. Then there's that kind of like inner world that is part of your feelings, your secrets, your desires, your intuition. The inner world, right? The outer world that's part of the 3D reality, the inner world that is very personal to you, and the like the higher world, the higher realms, the world that's kind of beyond the veil, which can talk about spirituality and intuition and like this higher sense of the one energy, that kind of thing. So this is part of that universal energy, but it's within you at the moment. Is working with your shadow side. So there's something that you have to uncover within yourself. It could be like some kind of special skill or talent, but it's connected to shadow work that you need to do. So there's something that needs unlocking within you, but I feel like you've got some kind of like a sense of it coming, like it is in your head. So it could be that it's really interesting. I saw the Ace of Swords and the Knight of Swords twice. The Ace of Swords twice and the Knight of Swords when I was doing the pre-shuffle. So the Swords are about ideas or communication. So, excuse me, so sorry. I just drank a load of water while I had that little break. So it could be something to do with like intuitive knowing or an idea, right? It's kind of like, how on earth did you think of that? That kind of thing. When people are like, how did you think of that? I would have never thought about that. So like thinking out of the box. It's like sort of like a divinely guided idea that is forming in your head, but it's because of your history. It's because of who you are as a person and what got you there. Can you tell me something else, please, for Leo for Friday? Father and the womb. The womb card actually came out in the Tell Me Anything reading. I think it was the Tell Me Anything reading. No, it was Gemini's reading. And the river there on the underlying. So again, this thing about reflection. Yeah, you may have to do some self-reflections, that inner work. And again, with this kind of like mirroring the symmetry, right? Really is reminding me of Gemini's reading a little bit with the two halves. So this is more yin yang energy, I would say. The father. And the womb. Well, that would mean the father of a child, right? This is like the seed that's planted. So someone could be becoming a father. The father's mother, who birthed the father. Let's go straight to the books and see what they have to say. So is that number 2? The father. The great father, the masculine, the protector. Alongside the mother, the father resides in the central axis of the archetypal family. The father embodies both light and dark aspects of the masculine. Thus he is infinitely dynamic and complex. His energy is strong and regal, embodying such virtues. I nearly said beauty then, I don't know why. Embodying such virtues as honesty, wisdom and loyalty. Yet ironically and simultaneously, the father is often absent, literally or emotionally. Through absence or action, the father eventually reveals that he is neither a king nor a god, but a human being with many flaws and wounds. He is both a guardian and one that leaves us to the wolves. The word guardian, it could be somebody's legal guardian. I was starting to channel this morning and I picked up my phone. And it's like Google sits there, right? Like the whole world is to explore. What are you going to type into this search bar? And the word Guardian popped into my head. Now, the Guardian in the UK is a newspaper. And it's quite a liberal newspaper, I'd say. Left-leaning. So Yeah, but it really it struck to me it wasn't so much about the Guardian newspaper. It was like somebody's guardian, right? So somebody could have a father, or somebody could have like an adopted father, something like this, or a legal guardian, or like it came out something like this in Cancer's reading, I think, where it was like was it Cancer's reading or was it a Tell Me Anything reading? There was something about you know, like Britney Spears, how her father had like power of attorney over. So there could be something like that. Um, Here yet gone, the champion and the failure. The father can never resolve or escape this duality. It is inherent in the archetype itself. Witnessing the father's limitations allows the child to grow beyond the family and into the world. When light, supportive, strategic, regal, kind authority. It's interesting as well, if this is resonating with you, I did a Tell Me Anything reading and the King card came out, which was very much like head of the family, so that may also resonate for you. When dark, disappearing, disappointing, devastated by failures. Go Deeper, Saturn Devouring His Son, by both Peter Paul Rubens and Francisco Goya. Become a student of this masculine energy. Watch the father in movies, in Shakespeare plays. See the father as a pattern, not as a personal. Read poems about the father. Sharon Olds' His Stillness, William Blake's Little Boy Lost. It could be something to do with like your own relationship with your own father, or if you are a father, your relationship with your children. Nobody's perfect, right? There's no such thing as like a perfect father, because there are great fathers, right? There are fathers who are kind of naturals at it. They're just so good, or they try really hard. But every single person has moments of failure. And it may be that you have to, again, it depends on the relationship with your father, right? What kind of person they are. But I think understanding them, even if you don't agree with the things that they've done or the way that they've acted, but understanding why they're like that would be helpful to you in your own personal healing. And again, if you are a father, when you make mistakes, learn what is the best way to fix them. There's plenty of parenting websites now, talking about Google, that you can go on, where which will really help you to know the best way to tackle problems with your children. All children are challenging. All children have, you know, they are the most incredible things, right? But they also can be very, very challenging in lots of different ways. And yeah, and when those things crop up, it's good to, and it's good to pre-plan as well, not just have the answer when it, you know, have the answer prepared for when it happens, rather than rather than waiting for something to happen, not dealing with it very well, and then looking it up. You know, be like, there's websites where you can go like by age, you know, so if you've got a teenager or you've got a toddler, you can go and look up like the things that are gonna come up for you, and just kind of like have that prepared. Maybe do like parenting classes, lots of things like this. But I think you know, if you are a father, I think as well, owning up to your mistakes is very, very important. That teaches your children valuable lessons, saying, I know I'm not perfect. I know I've made mistakes. I know that the choices I've made have affected you. And don't try and make excuses, and don't try and brush it under the rug. But there's a power in the ownership of mistakes. There's a power in saying, I realize that this is not the ideal situation. These are the things that I'm going to do about it. And if you can't do anything about it, be honest. Be like, it's out of my hands. I'm sorry. I can, you know, even like, I know how this is affecting you. Even just acknowledging that can be like hugely healing for children. So there could be something there for you. Again, it's going to play out in different ways, right? So I think everybody always makes the choices that they think are the right choices, and that's helpful in understanding the motivations of other people. People don't do things because they think it's the wrong thing to do. It's not like I'm going to purposefully do the wrong thing. People always think that they're doing the right thing. It's the right thing from their eyes, right? And some people are better at putting themselves in other people's shoes than others, and that goes both ways. Could be something there for you. The womb, the nest, the belly, the origin. Everything has an origin story. The womb archetype asks us to contemplate the beginning beyond the beginning, the mother beyond the mother. In a world that often negates the power and necessity of feminine principles, this card returns us to the warmth, tenderness, and sacred intelligence from which we came. It's a card of receiving, not achieving, of accepting love from the mother of all of us. She is the life-giving force that forgives and cherishes even the most wounded and disparate soul. No matter how lost you are, the womb awaits your return to help you heal and grow. Not literally, obviously. This card is a call to keep things simple, to return, to be reborn in the name of love. The womb is everywhere. It is beyond gender, beyond time. We are within it, and it is within us. When light, nourishment, harmony, warmth, and love. When dark, stricken, ecological crisis, infertility, and imbalance. Go deeper. Gustave Courbet's The Origin of the World. What would honouring the feminine look like to you? Where would you begin? Imagining yourself as loved is a good place to start. Consider that Mother Earth must also have a mother. Imagine her. So we've got the father and the mother now. As I go to this deck, I just wanted to show you the bottom of the deck was Dragonfly Spirit, and underneath that was Moth Spirit. So these were really talking to me for some reason, but I'm not quite sure what's coming through there. It says surrender now and truth transcends illusion. I'm just going to slip Dragonfly Spirit back in so that then, oh, and then Sandpiper Spirit, be playful. Any more messages please for Leo? Immediately there, what's on the bottom? Deer Spirit, again another deer. So you've got 2 deers and a gazelle. Bring a gentle touch. So it may be asking you to be more, again, I don't want to talk too much about gender stereotypes, but I have to have language to explain what I'm getting. So it's saying be more nurturing, be more, where I think, again, talking about stereotypical roles of the father, you have that kind of old-fashioned view of a father being very, very stern, but it's okay for a father to play the mother's role, if you like, where it's okay to be nurturing and loving, and you don't have to be strict, you know. Different parenting techniques there, I think, that are coming through. Lizard Spirit, dream the world into being, and Whale Spirit, trust in the great mystery. So again, what you think about, you bring about. So only try and put good thoughts out there. Try and be forward thinking towards the future. The Whale Spirit talks about this kind of ancient universal energy, the oneness, right? The kind of guardian spirit protectors that knows everything, that knows how life is going to play out. So trust in the great mystery. This higher knowledge, this higher energy knows the plan better than we do. We're low down to the earth. We can't see. We don't have that higher perspective to see the whole forest, right? We can only see the trees. Dream the world into being. So yeah, manifest with spirit, work in co-creation with this universal energy to bring things about for yourself. The Whale Spirit again talks about the deep dive into the shadow side for me as well. So I feel like somebody definitely has perhaps unresolved things from the childhood that they need to deal with, you know, emotionally bring that to the surface and to release, you know, especially if there's something that you're clinging on to, you know, something that is like that shark that keeps coming up for you in your life. You know, you're just doing your day-to-day business, someone says something and it's like a trigger for you. If you've got something like that, please do go and do the work. You may want to go and speak to a doctor or a counsellor, or just like spend time with some, like a diary. You can even write letters to people, you know, if your father's passed on, for example, or your mother's passed on, you can sit down and write a letter to them as a cathartic exercise, and you know, what do you want to say to them, and that can just really help you to because if you smush the emotions down, they're just going to stay down there and they're going to crop up when you don't want them. Where if you work through them, process them, and you know, think about them and allow yourself to feel things, it's much healthier. You know, it's not going to kind of keep dragging you down into those deep waters. What else please for Leo? I don't know why I'm using so many animal decks for you as well right now, but I am. A lot of things are flipping in the reverse, I have noticed. Meerkat, responsibility. So you may have a lot of responsibilities at the moment. You may feel a little bit like with that octopus, again, you may be like a father or a father type role, you know, a boss or something. But it's like like all these animals like running around. It's like a lot of children or a lot of, you know, people that you're responsible for, and you kind of But look, he's like the meerkat in the middle. He is looking to the sky. He's trusting in the great mystery, right? So he's not paying attention to. It's like these are all having fun. They're all being silly. You know, the kids are getting in the paint. But he's too busy being quite spiritual. He's looking up. He's looking up. Dog and companionship there. Just don't neglect your daily responsibilities. Again, lists can help. If you do find that you're getting quite dreamy at the moment, can you see it's like almost like he's got things to do, but his head's pulling him to this like spiritual truth that's trying to come through. The dolphin, happiness. That's a beautiful card. I'm going to just pause number 42. I'm going to read that for a second off camera, and I'll be back with you to explain what that means. Okay, so it says, happiness is not a continuous state, although it is a worthy feeling to seek. Know what makes you happy and do more of this. Happiness has everything to do with your reaction to life rather than what happens to you from outside sources. If you place your happiness solely in the hands of other people, then you will be disappointed. So, again, we've got this thing about the deep dive, right? Surface level happiness as something that's... I feel like somebody's spending too much time in the shallow waters, right? Seeking the happiness, seeking that... it's like somebody who doesn't want to feel the bad feelings. It's like... all the feelings that we experience are part of the human experience. We're supposed to feel everything. We're supposed to feel the things that hurt. We're supposed to feel the things that don't feel good, right? That is part of being human. We don't want to be a happy fool, right? We want to, you don't want to spend too much time in either place. You want to be happy, but you also want to have those deeper moments where you take the deep dive and you do that hard work, right? And you feel the hard feelings. So, I'm getting the impression of, vice versa, somebody who spends too much time in the shallow waters and they don't do that deep shadow work. They don't deal with those deep emotions. And then there's somebody else who it's almost like quite happily, you can see like these beautiful colors that are coming down from the surface with the whale. It's like do you know what it feels like to me? Because I was going to say that it's like this is somebody who spends too much time in the deep waters, right? Too much time in the kind of emotional energy, and they find it hard to lighten up. We saw that sandpiper spirit, be playful. It feels to me like almost like one of these dolphins is capable of, they spend a lot of time up there in the happy energy, right? They know how to be happy. They know how to make themselves happy. And it's like one of them has gone like down and they're bringing this, can you see the colors? This kind of like light, the light playful waters, this beautiful energy that's around this whale that's like made of stardust. Like, it's come from the surface. It's capable of doing the deep dive, but it's capable of doing the deep dive and bringing this happy energy with it. So it's not that it's dragging the happy energy down, it's that it's going like almost like on a rescue mission to bring the lightness and the happiness down into the dark depths, is how that's coming through to me. So this feels like somebody that's out, it could be vice versa, but this feels like somebody outside of you who knows how to be happy. They know how to do the shadow work. And I feel like they're bringing that, because you're down, right? You're in the depths with the sharks, right? You're deep down. And again, you can flip this if you feel like it's the opposite way around. But it's like, here's that light energy, here's that universal spirit, like stardust energy. It's, it's coming, you sense it. It's being protected. But you feel like you're too busy looking at the sharks. And again, the sharks are the bad things, right? The things that are down, the things that hurt, the things that trap you. You feel scared to move because of the sharks. But it's like, don't worry, because the whales and the dolphins actually scare sharks away. Dolphins have been known to protect humans from sharks. And again, with whales, the sharks will move away when the dolphins and the whales come in. So it's like It's like this is a rescue mission, like a spiritual rescue mission. Whether these people know this or not as well. This could be like friends, family members who are like, oh, let's go and see how Leo's doing. Or they see you struggling and they're like coming in. And sometimes that can be really annoying. If you're down there doing that shadow work and people are like, smile, put on a brave face. You're like, no, I'm busy doing the shadow work. Like, leave me alone. But this feels very, very positive. This feels like the universe is, and you know, it's like, you know, it's coming. That light is in your head and it's being protected. Your ideas are being protected. And this energy, this gorgeous stardust energy is like coming in, and it's gonna like free you. It's gonna create the space. That's it. It's gonna create the space for you so that you're free to move. You're free to move on your ideas, because it's almost like they're just creating space from between the sharks and your ideas so that you've got the ability to move, is how that feels. Let's keep going. I'm going to run out of time, I think, here. Can I get another card, please, for Leo? What else for Leo? Again, remember that you could be whichever way around here, to be fair. So if this is like balance, this is balance coming into a situation that hasn't been balanced. Fairness, equality, it's kind of like the Justice card in the tarot. Mending. Again, I feel like there's something, it could be you mending yourself, right? After dealing with whatever this shark energy is to you. You know, mending those, like, again, the children here, like these light-hearted fairies, and they're looking up at the sky. Again, this thing about looking up at the sky, trusting in the great mystery, right? Asking for help from spirit guides. Again, with this, again, he's dark, he's in the darkness, but these, like, it's like the dogs, you can see he's stood on a dog, like, it looks like a cliff, but it's actually a dog. It's like it's like the kind of spirit guides that deal, like dark spirit guides, in terms of like, they protect you in the dark spaces, right? So it's like this companionship energy around you that's, and again, he's kind of like looking out into the sky, like this. There's a lot of stuff about like the sky and the heavens and things here. It almost feels like trusting fate, trusting like higher energies, trusting in karma. There's something that you've not been putting the work in over time, you've given up on something too soon, or there's a need to, or there's something that's not a return on your investments, like you've put a lot of work in, but the situation's not improving, the situation's not growing. With that Seven of Pentacles in reverse there. The Fool card, again, this looking up into the sky, trusting fate, trusting the universe, trusting the higher powers to lead you out of a situation. Again, she's the Fool card again, so the Fool and the Fool. And she's in the shallow waters, right? She's coming out of the deep waters. Okay. What else for Leo for Friday, please? Leo for Friday. Leo for Friday. This is Libran energy, by the way. I'd say this is like Libra Taurus as well, because dolphins I associate with the goddess Venus. Virgo energy. Anything else, please, for Leo for Friday? Anything else? Thank you. So this is a bit secretive here. 10 of Pentacles. So 2 of Pentacles there as well. Again, that balance. There's something that you're trying to balance here. And it is this, it feels like it's in regards to, again, this octopus energy of either trying to please a lot of people or having a lot of family around you. It feels like you're very, very busy. And again, this thing about eating, right? So there's like generations here as well of a family. So I feel like the 10 of Pentacles is like the people around you, the people who support you, the people that you support, and it's shared wealth, shared prosperity. These people have plenty of money to put good, healthy, nutritious food on the table. So there's something to do with like family connections, or the connections with people around you, and a lot of prosperity with that. And then there's this chariot here, the chariot card in the upright. It can talk about taking control of your own life, bringing things into balance, again with that Two of Pentacles. It's like you have to bring two aspects of the self into balance. I'm seeing the Tower card there, so there is a warning. Harnessing both sides of your own energy in order to be able to move forward and take very swift, fast action. So it feels like you're getting some part of your life under control, where you've, again, this feeling of like you're having a lot of people around you, a lot of responsibility when it comes to family, but again, this light shining through from the heavens. So it could just be that you're really overworked, you're really stressed right now, you've got a lot of responsibility, but you're asking for kind of divine help, divine guidance. It could be something to do with cars here as well, and travel with the Chariot card. Cancerian energy. Ten of Pentacles is like Earth sign energy. Temperance and the Ten of Swords. So again, here comes that ending. So obviously the Five of Swords. I don't know why I read it as the Ten of Swords. Temperance is, again, this card about balance. It's balancing out your passionate side with your emotional side, balancing out your intuition with your instincts. The video cut out, but I've got 8 minutes. So you're balancing out a situation where you feel like there's been some kind of either this can be a card of like conflict with other people, differences of opinion, different ideas, battling it out kind of thing. It's kind of it's an opposition card for me. It's a card of other people not agreeing with you. It can also talk about you having some kind of mental conflict with yourself, some kind of inner conflict, like two different ideas that you can't bring together. But the Temperance card is a card of alchemy. It's about mixing ideas to create something brand new. So where there has been some kind of conflict of opinion, conflict of thought, conflict of ideas, there is a potential to very patiently, the Temperance card talks about patience, work these ideas together to create something new. So it could talk about compromise, I guess, patience and compromise when there's been conflict. It's like you will see clearly, because he's, again, this kind of light radiating through, and he's got one sword held high. So one idea, there will be clarity from this situation. Queen of Cups there. That's a very like unconditionally loving mother energy. And the Three of Wands, a decision being made in regards to a mother or a mother figure. Ten of Coins, Ace of Coins on the bottom. Here we go with this idea of like the Ten of Coins into the Ace of Coins. Now this can talk about walking away from a situation where you felt like you had everything on a plate, like you had the money, you had the resources, you had the stability, you had that community around you, and it's like going off to with one of those pentacles to start anew. So it can talk about, for example, if you leave home and take a little bit of money to go and start your own business, or you leave your own home where you've perhaps got a lot of family members, and you go to buy your own home, and to it's sort of like if you want a classical example, it would be like Aeneas went and founded Lavinium. His son founded another. I think Aeneas founded Lavinium. Somebody else founded Alba Longa. And then from Alba Longa, we got Romulus and Remus, who came and founded Rome. So it's, one person creates one home, somebody leaves and creates another home, somebody leaves and creates another home, that kind of thing. But you leave with the ace, right? You leave with the idea, the investment, which grows to be the Ten of Pentacles. So this is like the leaving of the Ten of Pentacles to go your own way. It's also talking about, it says equality now. The lady on this card is a suffragette, what I get from this card is like they fought for women's rights, and when they achieved a level of equality with their own campaign, they were then able to support other people and other people's rights. So it could be something there for you. Which way, please, for this card? It's not really clear. I'm going to take it in the upright in that case. Six of Swords into the Seven of Swords. Again, here with the conflict, right? The Six of Swords is a card about moving forward, moving to calmer waters, leaving behind conflict. Again, this thing about leaving behind conflict. But somebody's trying to leave a situation where there's been conflict in quite a sneaky way. This is kind of like sneaking out in the middle of the night, needing to be quite surreptitious because, these people are like angry, right? These people are angry. They're looking for this person. So he's sneaking away, but he's moving to a better place. He's moving to a safer place. Here we've got the Hierophant into the Lovers card. Now this card screams marriage, the Lovers and the Hierophant together. You can see this is like a union here. Spiritual connections. This is like a divinely guided union between two people. The Lovers card anyway, it's called the Choice card. It means choosing love, if you ask me. There's normally an angel on this card, which is leading two people together. The Hierophant card talks about church, establishment, religion, anyone who makes the rules. So yeah, the Hierophant and the Lovers combined is very much a card about marriage and a spiritual union between two people. Beautiful. Anything from this deck, please? Yeah, courthouse. There you go. Somebody's getting married, drawing up the marriage contracts, right? Yeah. Again, you've got this to be fair, which is this Libran lawyer energy that comes through. So yeah, you could be dealing with contracts, the court system, legal systems, documentation, anything like that. Anything that would involve like the law, is involved somehow. I mean, I guess if somebody's getting married, you're going to need like certain papers, aren't you? You're going to need the documentation. Mice, and look more closely. You need to, right, if you are signing a contract, you need to look closely at the small print. The mouse card talks about the small details. It can be the little things that you overlook, but they niggle away at you. If you leave these mice and ignore them, they're going to eat your resources. So again, you have this thing about the Ten of Pentacles, right? So yeah, this is like, I don't want to give the mouse a bad name. I associate with the mouse energy, the little cheeky, playful energies. Look at that one popping up there. in the part of the back. So they don't mean any harm, but they eat away, right, at resources. So again, it says look at the small details, pay attention, especially if you're very, very busy right now. If you're really busy, you may overlook the small details. Pay attention to the small details. And again, this magnifying glass card means take a closer look again, go back, check the contracts. So think about anything that you've signed recently, anything that you perhaps are going to sign. Go and check, go and read the fine print, go and read it twice. There's something there that you really need to pay attention to. It's in the small print, right? This is like in the small print. Okay, I think we're done. Leo. Let's get you a song to close out your reading. I'm going to get you... Do I have enough time to get you to? Maybe if I stop and restart, I might squeeze out enough time there. We'll get you a song that you need to hear and an advice song. Okay, curiosity got the better of me. Again, I took a closer look. I asked why do you need to pay attention to the small print? You've got Queen of Swords, Libran energy again. Also, again, this kind of like Queen of Swords, Libran, to be fair energy, talks about like lawyers, again, like this courthouse. This is all kind of this kind of same energy. So you could be dealing with a lawyer here, a solicitor. This is somebody who's very, very intelligent. This is somebody who has read the small print of the paperwork. This person probably wrote the small print of the paperwork. They've gone over it with a fine-tooth comb. They know this document back to front, right? They could probably recite it. So you could be dealing with somebody who, like, they know, right? So look at I'm hearing clauses, check the clauses of some kind of document. Could be something hidden there. This person knows, right? So you need to know. This is like balancing though. There is fairness. It could be something to do with work or something that you've worked on with other people. Again, a marriage is something that you've worked on with other people. And the Five of Pentacles, this is like coming out of the cold. The Five of Pentacles in the reverse is like money in half, like a division of the assets. It's half of the Ten of Pentacles, right? It talks about being out in the cold, feeling a loss, needing charity. This is like, you don't... They're giving me that Skunk Anansi song, I don't want your charity twisting me round. You don't want somebody's charity. Or there's something to do with coming in from the cold in terms of working with other people. Okay, so whatever that means to you. Okay. All right, so here we go. So can I get a song, please, for Leo? So whoever's watching this reading and resonating with it at this point, what do they really, really, really need to hear at this moment? Infatuation by Christina Aguilera. I love that song. He comes from a foreign place, an island far away. He treats me with every move. I'm going to listen to that when I finish your reading. It's still playing in my head. Advice. So whoever's resonating with this reading at this moment, video cut out, especially the thing about the small print. Can I get a song as advice, please? What It Feels Like for a Girl by Madonna. All right, take that as it resonates, leave it if it doesn't. All the songs will be in the description box down below. You can go and check them out. Do take care, Leo. Leave me a like if you like, subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you again soon. Bye, guys. Oh, Madonna's a Leo.